fun night. I'll tell you, we don't have anything cool. That'd be a lie. Got some pretty awesome notes I've been working on. I had to punt last week. I got a weird, oh shit, couldn't really talk. It was weird, like coughing and whatever, but y'all might be hacking in the camera all night. But we've got some really solid stuff. I'm gonna just go ahead and kick it off with a few things, and I'll look through and pull some of the stuff I think is really cool. You can drop in the chat what you're looking for. Check out the shop. Thanks for hanging out. Here's $100 million. It's going to be 1923 Germany hyperinflation note. Pretty cool note. $100 million or more. But cool five denomination hyperinflation note. Ah, next up. Let's see. Let's say light here. We'll kick it up from here. We got Lithuania, 1991. Just set of three notes: the 10, the 25, and the 50. Paul Polonin. Polonin. You need Lithuania. Those are on. All right. Next up. Man, this thing's so cool. This is a propaganda note. Printed on a Japanese note from the Allies after World War II. Pretty cool. Common good stuff, y'all. Yeah. Ain't bad. There's a specimen, Philippines. 1949, 10 pesos on specimen, Philippines. Right. Vietnam. 1958, one dong, decent example, cool note from Vietnam. It has the flag up there. Pretty cool. Welcome, everybody. We're hanging out and looking at notes. Got some cool new stuff in here. I always like this note. It's a pretty Mozambique. Look at the color on this. 1934, 5 Libras. Pretty note, huh? Larger note from Mozambique. Nicaragua. Uh, hmm. I'll tell you no and find one. But I'm gonna have to. I don't want you to waste your time. Let me double check my folder for you. Let me double check my folder for you. Hey, that's cool, Romar. That'd be great. You can just let me know. You know, you can make you a deal. We'll get it worked out. We need to look for Nicaragua really quick. Hey, and I've got a couple others. That guy, I'm telling you, Romar, he's got a collection you could dream of. Some of those notes that I have from him are pretty neat. I'll have to share a few with you. Let me see if I've got Nicaragua really quick, y'all. I'm looking in my folder. Um, looks like I have a few, not muches, but I'll show you what I got. All right. These are all nice, crisp on notes. Here's a lot of four. You've got the 10 and the 1. This is what I have right now, as far as I can remember off the top of my head. Caribbean stuff? Yes, dude, Caribbean, man, you get excited. I'll see if I can find one for you. Got some cool stuff. Here's a England, 1962, 1 pound MPC. You're into the other what stuff for you. I got a bunch I'm going to show you. Yeah, I've got a few South Floridas. I got some stuff from 1896 tonight. Here's one. It may not be for you. I figured before I broke these out, I would offer them. And if nobody buys them, I'll bust them out. But I didn't want to roll the dice on messing them up either. Um, so here's a set of two. They're not torn, they're from the sheet. So that's cool. Like I said, I didn't want to be the one to try and bust them out if somebody wanted them together. So I'm going to, man. That's what we're doing. We just got started. You're just going to have to slow down, chicken. Slow it down. We've got a bunch of good stuff. You're going to love it. You're awesome. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to have some fun. Here's a beautiful Ecuador. I love this note. It's Hunk. It's from 1986. You got 1,000 sucres. One of my favorites. We got some French Indochina tonight. Switzerland, Israel, Mexico, loaded. 1915. 20 centavos. Cool, Mexico. Got a victory note. I don't have one of those in a while. Glad to see that. All right, here's a South Florida for you. This is the 1896 10 pesos. It's a decent example of this note too. Larger 1896 10 pesos. We've got a Philippines 1 peso 1944. That's a victory note. Let's do beautiful gypsy lady. Love this note. So we've got a 1961 5 pesos. Could you offer? You can make an offer. I will say, that's the first time I've shown them, so I definitely am going to show them all night. Probably, those things don't hang around, but there's nothing stopping you from submitting an offer, chicken. I encourage you to do it. Some of them I have more room on than others. Okay. Yeah, man, I'll work with you if I can on them, and if not, I'll just let you know. Some of them I have more margin in than others, depending on where I'm getting them. Let's see. So let's do this one. A beautiful Mexico, 1914, 50 centavos. But yeah, make an offer, and then I can rerun it. We can figure it out, buddy. I'm going to set those aside so I can find them. All right. So next up, let's do, I was kind of excited to see this little guy come through. It's going to be a nice start here. $4 on this 1949, 10,001. Kind of throw a little China in there. All right. Next up, we've got Serbia. It's going to be German occupation. 500 dinara. Cool World War II note. German occupation in Serbia. Next up, we have a plane note. There's somebody in here the other day looking for plane notes. Gotta do a better job of writing everybody down. Brazil, 1966, 10 Cruzeros. I take a screenshot and then take screenshots very clean. So that's a cool note with a plane on it, though, from 1966, Brazil. Hey, here's a cool. Let's see, I need to mix. I'll mix it up for mixed after this. Check this out. 1915, 5 pesos. Got some cannons on the reverse. No, I can do 35 on it. I'll run it for you if you want it. Otherwise, I'll sit on it. It'll move. These probably won't make it through the night, quite frankly. Um, I understand if it's not for you. I'll show you some more stuff. All right. Next up, I like these little things. Here's a crispy MPC England, £1. That one's 1948. Luxembourg. Let's check this off low. We're going 1950. That's going to be Luxembourg. Luxembourg. That's Catherine. All right, check this out. Y'all watch the stream over. You know I love some French Indochina. There's a 1942 5 cents. It's AU. That's a cool one. I don't remember seeing that one before. What's the one? 2006, 10 francs. Switzerland. 5 peso. No. Let me think. I might have a newer one, but I can't remember if I'm out of them or not. I have a green one. I'll look for you here in a bit. I have something, but I don't remember. It's newer. It's not old. I know I have some of the green one, and then I think I'm down to a circulator one that's got like AKs on the back of it. I'll show it to you. Give me a sec. Here we got Israel. Nice AU, 1968, 50 macaroni. Israel. There's Denmark. You got a 1936 5 kroner, beautiful castle. Some women there gossiping about this dude. See, there's some Cubas. Yeah. Be careful with those notes. But yeah, it should be like a brown one. But just, would you please bring me any Cubas? All right. So next up, yeah, B helping us, y'all. Here's a Middle East 2021 £100. Not today, Sandy. I know which one you're talking about. Beautiful note. I have a 20 with a duck on it for Canada. That I'll make you a great deal on. I'm gonna dig that up. I don't know that I have much else. I can double check my folder though. But yeah. 2001 to 2002, 5,000 macaroni. Middle East. Thank you. Yeah, that's it, B. Thank you. Just put those right there, please. Thank you. All right, so we got Gandhi takes down the note. Thank you. I may have another one of those. Next up, We've got a really nice example of this 81 1 pound Ireland. I tore that sticker by accident, but we can figure it out. I'll show you what I got. I do have a 5. Hey, Kiwi, I got it. I got it. So you need the 5. 5 is the one I have. 30 seconds. All right. So the 5. All right, look. I just pulled this 5 from a bonk, right? That's 2019, and then you've got a circulated 2019, and then a 2020. I love that 2010 there. So you've got a circulated and onk, and then a circulated 10 pesos there, a handful. All right, Sonny, thank you. Appreciate you. Next up, let's do got a Vietnam. It's a cool little note if you're into Vietnam. 58.5 dong. Got some neat creative for sure. See, you're already on the blacklist. They got you already. Here's a nice uncirculated 77 10 pesos, Mexico. Nice crisp note. So it changed the time. Yeah, it's nice to wind down and look at some notes, especially when we actually have some new ones. On the Mexico there, I'm happy to rerun it for you. Here, I fixed it to 15 seconds. There you go. That's a nice unk one. MPC Southern. I have British tonight, and I actually have some well circulated, I believe, old US ones. If you give me a sec, I'll get B to help us find them. They're in my box here. Yeah, sure. Sandy, take it. Thank you, Sandy. You got me. Yeah, I'm like a lady. All right. Hey, here's that Canada I was talking about earlier. It's for 20 bucks. Let's kick this thing off at $9. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could guys spend that if any of y'all go to Canada. Um, what now? Well, I'm looking for US. I have some British stuff sitting up here, but there's I want to say 1 or 2 US on PCs in there. Man, I stole what I had, Alex. All right, here's 30 seconds. So here's a 10 francs. You got a lady leading the revolution on it. Really cool note from 1989. France. You haven't seen the British ones yet? Oh yeah, there's actually a couple back there on the wall, but we got a couple of these. Oh yeah, and I should have another one of those ones that y'all like. Let's see, I have a few different of the British. Adam takes it. Cool note, Adam. Enjoy. Check this out. We'll run two. We've got a 1948. These are both on £1, and then you've got the 62 £1. A lot of two. British MPC. Scottish, yeah. Will you please pull Scotland too? We'll show you Scottish. I got some Ireland that I showed earlier. Southern coin, take them. Enjoy. Let's see. And then there's some more in my pile here that we'll find as we go. A couple of y'all were in on this earlier. I want to say, either way. Here's a Middle East note. It is honk, 5,000 reals. And that guy is no longer the president of that country. And I did find a Jordan. Somebody was asking about Jordan the other day. 2013, 20 dinars. Nice start. Circulated Jordan. 2.8. I have Qatar. I have some old Qatar right now. You'd like to see it. It's from I say old 80s. From the 80s. Next up, you've got 1 million bucks, 1923. Beautiful example of that German state note, Dresden. $19.80, 1 real, Qatar. I have some other Qatars too, but I know I just got Qatar in. Pretty sure I don't have 2.8. If DC is going to grab it for us. Here's another MPC. So we got a 56, 10 shillings, 1910s Mexico. Nope. Man, I actually have a bunch in Mexico tonight. Let me see what I got. I have a, let's see. Yep, there's one. I shared a couple already. I'm pulling those. All right. So we got 7 points. Take that one. Thank you. Let's see. Next up, here's I think this might be the last one on the British stuff that I have. Southern coin. Or the last different one. I have some dupes on the first two. Yeah. And then B's looking for that US stuff. Enjoy. Thank you. What you got, B? I believe that's what I got. Thank you. 1915, 20 centavos, Mexico. Hey, thanks, Southern Coin. Enjoy. We have this beauty. It's a 1915 5 pesos. Beautiful note. You got some folks with a cannon on the back. That one's sweet. I like that lady too. Sweet note. Thanks, Super Mario. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, this one is a 50 centavos. I'll mix some other stuff in here for y'all too. I have quite a few mixed in. But here's a 1914 50 centavos. Make sure I put the right one in there. Let's see, we'll do these MPP. Southern Coin takes it. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Next up, we've got a really nice example here on this. I made it for 30 seconds. 1915, 1 peso. This one's really pretty, so we'll look at it. Really nice condition. Got that corner ding, but otherwise, beautiful color. Old 1915. One smackaroonie. All right, I'm going to mix it up really quick for everybody. Oh, got bronze. Congrats. Thank you. Let's do mix in a Spain here. Don't run a lot of Spain. This one's Onk, 1948. One peseta, Spain. A beautiful one peseta. Right, I have some more actually. I got in a bunch of them. Oh, and I still have a couple MPCs here. Hey, that's a great start on that. Everybody's into Spain. I have Norway. I don't believe I have Iceland right now, but I'll tell you that. Find one. 1914, 1 peso. Nice example of that. Um, Mexico. Southern Coin, thank you. Enjoy. Next up, we've got a 1914 uncirculated, really nice. 50 centavos. No, I get the, oh yeah, here's another one. All right, next up, got a nice Chihuahua, 10 pesos. Norway, got it. Thank you, B. We got Norway on deck. And there may still be some more Mexicos mixed in here. I had a bunch of them come in. Hey, and I do have this, which is pretty cool. 1896, 10 pesos. Really cool note. Really pretty. Enjoy Southern Coin. Thank you. Next up, I have these. I didn't want to tear them apart. So I figured I'd offer them. Untorn, it's 2 notes. Um, anybody's interested in this, set of two together there. They hang around long enough, I'll bust them out for y'all, break them out. I figured I'd get some money. Somebody might want that. All right. Next up, let's do Malaya, 1942. That one's uncirculated. $5. You got PM6. Let's see, we got MPC, Scotland, requested. There, those are. See what other Mexico we got. Um, I don't have short snorters today. I'll tell you that. And find one. But I've got some World War II stuff. I've got some great Philippines notes, some tough ones. German occupation note of Serbia. Got this. Got this MPC, Germany, 1944. I've got some Oceania, Netherlands, Indies occupation notes. Dude, I have a propaganda note that the Allies dropped on Japan post op occupation. It says, let me find it. Yeah, let me show you all this. It's cool. Here it is. Check this out. So the Allies dropped these Japanese notes on occupied territories. Pretty cool, huh? Allied propaganda note. Southern coin, nice spot. Enjoy. All right, so next up, we're going to do Gypsy Lady, 1969, 5 pesos, Mexico. Rishi, I don't, unfortunately. I wish I did. Enjoy, Ghosty Boy. Thank you so much. Cool note. The small one, what are you talking about? On the Gypsy? Is there like a large and small one? A lot of two. You got Philippines, 1945, 10 pesos. You've got a well circulated MPC note down there as well. Lot of two, MPC, and a Philippines note. Romars takes it. Thanks so much, Romars. Man, y'all all have some nice stuff coming. I was excited to get on here because we've got so many cool notes tonight. Let me go back through the Starless Air notes and make sure there's none that y'all might want to see that I really like. Got some fresh faces in here. I was excited about quite a few of these, especially those old South Floridas, you know. Anybody like French Indochina? I've got some great French Indochina. Here's an Ireland. Y'all might want to see that too. All right, I owe some people some notes. Here's Norway. All right, so we've got 1959. 5 kroner starts at 28. Nice note. Got a bunch of fishing people back here. The mountains. Pretty. Norway. 1959. 5 kroner. All right, there was another one I was supposed to show. Here's a stop. Enjoy, Southern Coin. Thank you. Here is a Scotland 1969 £1 on. Pretty note. That's a nice note. Next up, got 2 pesos, 1942. 2 pesos, Philippines. Beautiful World War II note. Oh. Netherlands Indies. Japanese occupation note. 1942, 10 gulden. That one's Netherlands Indies. Nice example of that note. Getting it organized. Puppet State. Going to be Puppet States, World War II, Japanese occupation in China. It's got that corner ding. Actually, a pretty strong note. If it weren't for that, it'd be a lot cooler. But got a beautiful reverse. Got Puppet State, China, 1944,000 yuan. It is really cool. That's a high dollar note if it weren't for that being higher dollar than that. Enjoy Southern Coin. Thank you. Yeah, it's a strong little note. All right, so next up we've got Oceana. This thing's mint. Japanese occupation, 1942, 1 shilling. Beautiful example of that note. Wow. Shamwow takes it. Love the name. Enjoy. The Shamwow. That's, I'm guessing, the old info commercials, man. That was a heat. All right, so we've got Ireland, 1981. I never had a Shamwow, actually. £1, Ireland. They're going to be like Guinea and a few other territories that were occupied by the Japanese in World War II. Encompasses Oceania. I can't remember the others, like 5 or 6. Enjoy Shamwow. But I know New Guinea's one of them. Look, we've got the not South Korea. So 1998, 10 won. Enjoy Southern Coin. Thank you. Beautiful Mozambique. Colorful note from 1934. Larger note. Mozambique, 5 libras. It is pretty. A lot of color. Enjoy. Damn wow. Cool note. Go. China, 1962. 1 Zhao. Yeah, I got a bunch of random stuff in here. Here, I'll run a step for y'all next. Here's a set of Bulgaria. That's the 10, 25, 50, 100, and 200 leva. And all of those are from 1961. They've got like the hammer and sickle for the tree imprint, but that's the whole series. Enjoy, ShamWow. Thank you. Next up, we've got a Pharma 1942 10 rupee. It might be considered one. We can show it to him. Like where you had that, B. B's been looking for y'all. B found some notes for y'all. Thanks, B. Let's see. Let's do this little World War II note. There's some writing on it. I can't say that it's a short snorter, but if you want to pick it up, $2. And starting, figure it out yourself. Tunisia, these came back from the war a lot of times. 1944, 5 francs. Cool note in and of itself. Getting down to little burn marks. Usually bill a $7, $8 note. Pretty note. All right, next up, let's do. This country was around for 3 years only. 1969, £1 Biafra. Thank you so much, Southern Coin. Enjoy. Got a French Indochina. Um, which is pretty awesome. The Vietnam now. 1942. Oh, yeah, I'll show that to you. Dominican Republic. Oh, I have a victory note too. It's back there. This is a 1978 65 PPQ Dominican Republic note. Thank you, Southern Coin. Enjoy. Here's one more. Mexico. It's a 1913 10 centavo. So we didn't look at this one last time. The Wawa. Pretty note. I like the reverse. Pretty cool. I think it's paper quality, but I'll have to double check it. I honestly can't give you a straight answer off the top. I don't mess with a lot of graded notes. Enjoy, Southern Coin. Preferred paper quality. Thank you, Southern Coin. I usually mess with raw stuff. I just happen to have that one. But thank you, Southern Coin. Now I know. Preferred paper quality. I don't know what that even means. I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, so we've got a Qatar, and this one is 5 reals from 1980. Pretty cool, older Qatar note. Oh no, we got a bunch of knowledge in the chat, y'all. We learn all kind of stuff on these shows, by the way. Oh yeah, let's do the victory note. It's pretty decent. 44, 1 peso. Not today, Southern Coin. We got Super Mario gets bronze. Thank you, Super Mario. Appreciate you. Enjoy. Nice example of that note. Hey, here's a Chris Unk. You're into Germany. 1000 mark. 1910. And I have sequentials on that. You might be into that too. I could string a couple together. Ecuador. 1986. This is on. Nice 1000 phrase. Cool Aztec guy on there. Next up, we got France. It's going to be a 1991. 50 francs. Cool hat guy there. Hey, y'all want to see something wild? Check this out. Look at that. I'm not a serial number guy. That's pretty cool. I never held any. I don't collect them, but anyway, there's a cool serial on this. Philippines, 1978, 2 pesos, P159. It is on. You're in the serial numbers. That's wild. All right, so next up, let's see. There's some various Philippines there. Hey, here's a nice little Philippines. That's 10 pesos, Mindanao, 1943, World War II note. Pretty good example of that note. You don't have it. All right, Southern coin takes it. Thank you, Southern coin. Next up, let me run this one real quick before I put it away. We got it in Israel. It is AU. Really nice. And that one's from 1968. It's going to be 50 macaronis. You just missed it. Sold the one I had. I have some emergency issues for Philippines. Actually, I have quite a few. But I just sold the victory now. I've got some tough stuff too for the Philippines. All right. Next up. Hey, check this out. This is AU. Here's the Philippines. 1942, 2 pesos. Beautiful example of that note. World War II, German occupation, Serbia. Fun note. Large note, Serbia, 1941, 500 dinara. We've got a France 78. Got Beethoven up on there. Hector Berlioz. I guess that's Hector Berlioz. Oh, no, him. A lot cool if it said Beethoven on there. 78. 10 Frank. All right. And then, I'm going to show you some stuff I think you want to see. Next up. Let's run a Azerbaijan. So I'm going to need this. 1993, Timonot, Azerbaijan. You need to fill that spot. There's your crispy Azerbaijan. Next up, we have a Thomas De La Rue test. One 1980 to 1984. Probably not. Next up, we've got Switzerland. And this one's a 2006 10 franc. Switzerland. That's done. All right. Thank you so much, Southern Coin. So next up, we've got. I'm going to start one more time too, because I'm really excited about it. Oh man. I used to have somebody in here that was nerding out on French Indochina with me. Yeah. French Indochina, 1942. 5 cents. Vietnam, 1942. Next up, here's South Florida. The US MPC you got with the lady? What about it? I'm pretty sure you bought it. It was that note in the Philippines. One, oh, Romar's got it. Romar's bought it. But there may be one more in here. I'm looking through my stuff now. Enjoy, Southern Coin. Here. Let's see. I got what I got, man. Got what I got. Found this. That was in my folder. You got it. There may be another one in my box of stuff that I have out here, but we'll just have to get to it. I'm just kind of going through them. There may be some other MPTs in here. All right, so we've got China 1936, 1 yuan, orange note. There's a little Canada. That's mine. That's about Canada. All right, got Canada. Give me $1. 1937, American Banknote Company, King George. Here's another one of the Middle Eastern notes, a different one. 2022, 100,000 macaroni. Netherlands. 5 gilden, 1973, Netherlands. Let's see, I'm digging through here, y'all. Some of these notes I'll ask for. Here's a cool note. Well, I think so. Israel. It's going to be a 2001, 50 macaronis. Israel. And then we've got a uncirculated South Korea 1 yuan. the Shaw. 100 reals, 71 to 73. One of the British Armed Forces, 62 one-pound MPCs. China. The Pagoda, Pinwan, 1940. Oh, here's a cool note. This is a large Hungary, 500 foreign. Big note. I mean, take up that whole. Got Portugal Timor, 1967, 20 Escudos. You just wanted that Philippines note? Yeah, I can do that. And I'll fly you a little something around Mars. Appreciate you, buddy. I'll have B full. I've got a bunch of Philippines stuff. It probably won't be something you don't have, but thank you. B, you catch that one? Mm-hmm. He's the one that does the orders. Dang. Please, we'll throw Romar's little something in here too. B. Thank you, Romar. All right, so we got Belarus, 2012, 1,000 rubles. Romar is one of our long-time awesome customers. Appreciate you, Romar. We've been doing this a while now. Wow, time flies, y'all. There you go, Adam. Sweet note. That one's not just the regular ones I normally have. Look how pretty. Enjoy that. Hey, here's a cost-effective straw. This thing's on. If anybody's into this stuff, I mean, this one's not $40, so 20 reals on 1977 straw. Luke, thank you so much. Enjoy. King Rama. There's one on. Hey, and then I'll do another thing or another face. There's Mongolia in King Rama. Next up, we got the Queen. 2000 to 2003 Charles Darwin commemorative. Four Lenin notes. 61 to 92. You've got the 100, the 25, the 200. All Lenin in there. Adam takes it. Enjoy. Thank you. Dear leader. It's on 5,000 macaroni. It's like 2007, I want to say, is the year on that one. Next up, here's The North Korea of Africa. Not a heavy hitter. Fun note: 1997 won NAFTA. Communist African country. Next up, we've got a Japan. 1944 5 yen. Japan. Next up, let's do a Ireland specimen from 1978. Beautiful. 1 pound specimen, Ireland. Southern Point, enjoy. Awesome note. Here, I'll show you this one. It's the last one I have left. I had all of them, but mac and cereal. If you're interested in this. This is 800. No pressure. But that's not a weird question. I don't know if I have any right now. Mexico comes to mind for sure. Call it the butterfly note. You know which one I'm talking about? Have you seen that? I'll have to get some. It's pretty. It's a more modern note too. Okay, so next up, let's do pick it up. We're gonna do French Indochina. You don't? I'll get some. I'm gonna get some of those next. I'm gonna get my polymers are on the way. They just come from overseas, so they should be here soon though. French Indochina, 1945, one pastry. I've got some folks that like to support, like dude Oleg in Ukraine, dodging bombs. I buy coins and notes from him. He's like, hey, your package is late, man, and this will hit the post office. No worries. All right, we've got Serbia, 2011, 10 and 20 dinara. Both these are on. You need a Serbia. There's two of them. Next up, Yugoslavia, 100 dinara, 1929. The axolotl's cool. That one's one of my favorites too. The purple one's even better looking in hand. Pretty sure there's two different ones. Anyway, here's a Poland, 1940, 20s Lloyd. I have some like kind of stuff like that. I have the Acacia with the lion. I do have a peacock from Macedonia, first issue. That's a polymer. You can dig that out. I have a Tanzania with a giraffe. I'm trying to think of what else I might have that'll have a animal on it. The only polymer I think I'm gonna have in stock is that North Macedonia. Here's a specimen from Korea. 50 smackaroonies. That's pretty cool for 50 years or something. Next up, you got Netherlands. This is a funky looking note. It's a 71 25 Gildan. I'll make it two. All right, so next up, we're going to do a specimen from Slovenia. Anybody needs Slovenia? 1992 Smackaroonie, the specimen, Slovenia. Enjoy Southern Queen. Thank you. Hey, this is sitting up here. This is actually pretty cool. That's DDR. It's going to be a Germany 1975 five mark. Yeah, I got the prompt to do the, the rewards club. So I actually turned it on this time. So that's cool. Next up, we've got a Belgium 1991 to 2001 100 franc. All right, y'all. I'm going to say all some of the stuff that I really like, some of the better stuff here, and then I'll be wrapping it up in a few dozen. I'm mostly getting on here to wind down with y'all, and appreciate you hanging out and enjoying these notes. We got to have a bunch of cool ones in, so I'm looking at them, after working. We got a 2017, 2,000 pounds. Those South Floridas we had were a lot of fun. Was Mexico's. So this one more time to y'all. Let's see. Next up, let's do a little dictator note. Something light. You got 93 pins there. It's gonna be Mobutu. It is on. I sure can, Adam. I think it be. Got it. All right, here you go. That's a specimen there. Adam. Cool note. Yeah, I'm starting to crash. I'm an early bird, but after work, I'm always, excited. Then we had cool notes. Here we are. Grateful for y'all. Thank you, Adam. Let's see. Let me show y'all a couple more of these that I like for a hop. Thank you. This one just looks neat, I think. Netherlands. Got a barcode on it. 25 Gildan. Yeah. Well, this one should make it a little easier for you. I generally do a pretty good job stickering stuff. It's got the P numbers and stuff, so you could easily mark your own stuff up. Unless it's just hitting your collection. But yeah, pricing it up takes a minute. I try to do like 10 notes a day, instead of doing them all at once. Enjoy Southern Coin, thank you. And that way I break it up some. And sometimes I bring them to the office and work on them like in between calls and stuff, just to like take a break from that. All right, so we're gonna do three more, y'all. Let's do. I'll do four more. I won't count them all, Deva, but I think this is pretty cool. Dictator notes. I've got Catherine the Great. I've got. You might already have it. I've got the linen. I think you bought that. I've got some Saddam. I can show you. Matter of fact, I should be able to find a couple more of these. At least one more. I got more of the Middle East. I have more of the Shah. Hey, here's something a little different. Like Sandy, enjoy. All right, so here's a little 200 reals. This one's on. I just haven't had a chance to put it in a flip yet, but there's 200 reals. It was sitting up there. Enjoy. Thank you, Sandy. Here's Abkhazia. I like this note. Pretty cool. Man, somebody paid like $25 to ship one of these to Portugal the other day, y'all. Is that not crazy? Yeah, being like $30, $40. I guess they couldn't get one in Portugal. I'm crazy, man. Yeah, yeah. Idi Amin. I actually have some coming that I'm working on, JB. I love the Idi Amin. They've gotten real tough. I guess they got so popular, you know. Here's Syria, 2021, 50 pounds. Idi Amin like disappeared. You're right. You used to be able to get them or see them quite a bit. Dang. Enjoy, Sandy. Thank you. Yeah, that's not cool. Right? Hey, they're fun. I have a sod around here. Here's the Shaw. I'm gonna depend on me now. Go there. This one is Onk. That's a 69.20 real. I do like the dictator net stuff, and most of them are kind of stuff. For some of them, like Gaddafi's another one. You know, dictator note. I usually have that one in stock. Dude, $25 on a $7 note is crazy. For one note, that guy in Portugal, I was like dumbfounded. I was like, yeah, wait. I think I had to be sticking something extra in there. I felt bad for him. Um, but he like he didn't overpay me. Pay that shipping, but you know, he's buying, man. We should no, dude. Y'all want to laugh? So get this. The other week we get this sale for a Korean note, a great sale, like a $200 note on eBay, right? And it's going to Australia, which when you do it on eBay, Yugoslavia, 46 to $15. They handle the international shipping. Basically, it goes somewhere in the U.S. And so the dude messages me like a week later, and he's like, "Hey, it says the note's being returned to you." I'm like, "I don't know, man. If it shows up, you know, we'll go from there." So I didn't think about it, and about a week and a half later, I show up, and that note's here. Like, what the heck? It had eBay tape on it. It had been opened. The note was in there, and there was no explanation. Stereo 2021, 100 pounds on. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, there's no explanation as to what happened. So I had to get eBay on the phone, and I'm like, hey, I would love to be able to get this note to this guy, but I need to know what the issue was so I can address it and prevent it if we're going to ship it again. So can you tell me a little more about what happened? And they're like, oh, that was going to Australia. I'm like, yeah. They're like, oh, they have the toughest customs in the world. They're like, they don't like banknotes or stuff from the U.S. Because it all has germs, and basically they just like deny everything. And specifically, they said banknotes. And I'm like, no kidding, because I had put the tariff code in as the banknote. But yeah, basically, in short, they said to tell the guy to go find it in Australia, and which he didn't like that. And you know, that Australian customs denied it because Americans have germs. That's what I was told by eBay. Right, Denmark, 1936, 5 kroner. Is that not wild? So I literally just didn't fill in the note. I mean, I could see. I would have to tell him to go to my website to do it. I don't want eBay getting all mad at me. I could do it through my site. I don't know how to do international through eBay. Anyway, enjoy it, Southern. I digress. So let's do one more gypsy lady. She's so pretty. 61, 5 pesos. Let's see, is there any more much goes up here? I do have another specimen over there. I like Vietnam. I don't know that we have Vietnam fans in here, though. All right, we'll do one last one. Hey, thank y'all so much. I know the Aussies can't get nothing. Basically, everybody told them to find notes in their own country. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out with us, y'all. I won't be on Friday. We got BBS pool party and then stuff Saturday, but I should be on Sunday and have some new stuff for y'all. Bookmark us. Here's a set of two. These aren't, torn apart there. Sequential. 1897, 20 pesos. I don't have Australia tonight. I could get some. We get them pretty regular. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I hope you have a great night. It was fun winding down with y'all and looking at banknotes. Check us out Sunday. I'll make sure I have a show on for that. And y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye.